So this video is going to outline how to answer a question that asks you to compare two different sources. So firstly, the beginning section should be a little introduction telling me what both sources are and what they say. You might want to also briefly mention the purpose of both sources. Remember, the purpose is what it is meant to make people feel, but the content is what it actually says. Two sources this question discusses are about Kristallnacht in 1938. Both sources are newspapers, but one is from Nazi Germany and one is from Britain, so that's been made really clear. The reasons why both sources have been made is also clearly outlined. So just a quick summary, really, just to tell the examiner you know what you're talking about. Alright, so then we move on and we look at why the sources are similar in the first paragraph. So both sources show that Kristallnacht was a big event that affected a lot of Jewish people and that Jewish shops and synagogues were attacked. Both sources agree on the factual details. This is outlined at the beginning. And then the content is discussed, but then the purpose is discussed. We discuss why it is made. And we say, well, it's because both sources have an interest to show how big the attack is. But actually, this is for different reasons. So we look at, well, they're similar, but they're similar for different reasons. It's a bit complicated. You might want to watch that bit of the video again until you're sure you kind of understand that, and ask if you're stuck. And on the other hand, we're going to look at, well, actually, the sources do disagree to a large extent. They have different reasons, which we discuss here. They also look at Kristallnacht in different ways. So, for example, the Nazi newspaper talks about how the attacks were really glorious and good so that people become more anti-Semitic in Germany, or they feel that anti-Semitism is more acceptable. Whereas the British newspaper wants to be a little bit more moral, okay, showing right and wrong, but also to say that Germany is doing something that it doesn't approve of. And in 1938, relations between Britain and Germany are getting a little bit strained because of what's going on in Czechoslovakia, so that makes sense that they're going to start falling out a little bit and the newspapers might attack Germany. So we look at the reasons in a bit of detail as well. Well then, looking at both sides of the argument, we conclude that actually there are similarities and differences, but overall, because of the purpose, different purpose of both sources, they are more different than similar. And that is how you structure an answer to one of these questions. Now, if you struggled with that, watch it again and see if you can improve.